Hello, this is Greg Allison on Green Griggs coming to you live here for the zombie test. You get to watch me become a zombie live. Well, actually, if that's contingent on getting this, I'm not had that. I'm still a pure blood, but either way, I'm not worried about it. I've got my phone right here next to me, and it is live. It is on and not shut off. And I got my computer on. I got this computer on. And guys, who knows what we're going to see here in a little bit because I think, and I don't know, this computer has got its sound turned off. Will it override that? The phone is full up. The computer's up here. What all is this media going to transport across? Is it going to be across all the internet? Is it going to interrupt our live broadcast? Good chance of that. I think it probably will. So if I turn into a zombie, you might miss the transition. Look, guys, I like to have a little fun with things, you know. Oh, it's already started. It's already started. It's early. It's supposed to start at 2:20. I'm at 1:18. Here we are, guys. There it is on my phone. What's it read? This is a test of the National Emergency, a National Wireless Emergency Warning System. Says the purpose is to maintain and improve the alert and warning capabilities at the federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial levels, and to evaluate the nation's public alert and warning capabilities. No action is required by the public, yet it's got a place for me to click OK. Am I okay? What happens if I click OK? Well, maybe they're doing data collection on. So I didn't get it on either of the internet sources here, which is interesting. So here it is. That's the alert. For the focus. There it is. That's the alert right there. And I can click the OK button. What happens when I click OK? Brains. I need some brains. Brains. Not. Well, I'm pretty normal. Now I got a friend who is also quite ready. Let me send you. I'm going to cover his name up with my finger so you can't read his name. He sent me a picture where he's all ready for it here. Check this out, guys. Here he is. This guy's ready. The focus ain't coming too good. Focus ain't coming too good. Dadgummit. I hate it when you touch stuff. Everything's so sensitive here. It says zombie alert receiver. It's got it on his phone. It says hit me. All right, guys. So there we are. So, guys, I'm going to show you some stuff. Let me see where you guys are at in the chat room. That happened fast. I meant to come in just a little quicker. My apologies for that. Let's go to the chat room here and see who's in the chat room. And I'm going to cover some articles on this real quick. This is supposed to be going on over the next 30 minutes. It actually came a little early here, at least on my phone. Who knows? It may come across the internet in a little bit. Maybe it's not done. We may get an internet eruption. So it might be cycling through things. So that's a strong possibility. Give me a sec. We'll see who's in the chat room. 170 in the room. So I ain't a zombie yet. Are we all dead, says Douglas DeLong? Yeah, I don't think so. I feel that. At least I think I feel that. We might be living in an illusion. We just think we're all here. Oh, we got a lot of folks in the house. Very good. A lot of folks in the house watching this silly stuff here. Robert Hoyt, I feel weird and hungry. Need brains. Amen. Zen jamming. I'm alive. Hey, we got a super chat. Samuel Turner. I hadn't seen you in a little while. Salute and thank you, Samuel Turner. I appreciate that. Samuel Turner is a retired police officer, among other things. So he's been in the service of taking care of a lot of folks here. All righty, guys. I just got an email from somebody who says, that erased my brain. A text message. All righty, guys. I'm going to show you some articles. We're going to go all into this here because we got so many people out there that you've been reading a lot of junk on the internet, a lot of detail, just fine detailed arguments. This is why, and it's this, and it's this, and it's this, and it's this, and it's this many hertz, and this does this, and this does that. Bunk. Everybody's, Greg, you haven't seen this. Greg, you haven't seen. I've seen all that crap. I have seen it in great detail. Greg, you never heard of active denial system. Oh, I know all about that. Yeah, it works. You never heard of Havana syndrome. Yes, Havana syndrome is something to be concerned with. That's different. I'm going to show you all that stuff. So just buckle up for a second because I get all kind of dispersion thrown at me. You got, look, guys, I got to show you something. You see that? University of Alabama, Huntsville. My name. This is my degree. I am an engineer. Point blank. I'm an electrical engineer by training. Done a lot of rocket stuff. Done robotics. Done microwave relay communications. Yeah, I did that before I became an engineer when I was in the National Guard. Installed waveguide. Get yourself some guy. I'm gonna make some coffee in just a little bit there, Sam. I appreciate that. All righty. So let's see here. We're gonna walk through all this stuff. I'm gonna show you a little. I started to do a PowerPoint presentation on this topic a couple of years ago, and I just got busy, didn't have time. I'm gonna actually pull up. Hey, appreciate that. MSB 9021. If I'm still alive, here you go. If not, oh well. Looks like you're still alive to me there. Sally, thank you for the super chat. All righty, guys. We're still alive, right? Hey, we got Diamond in the house. Boom. Diamond, I ain't a zombie yet. Now I'm just not desiring brains for some reason as of yet. You know, maybe in a minute I'll get hungry for some brains. General Sorrow, how you doing? Anyway, remember double tap. Oh yeah. Third one just received from Gulfport, Mississippi. Oh, you got 3 of them? Wow. Phone keeps going off. Wow. Hey, New Day, it's good to see you in the house, folks. When you pray for New Day, she's been sick. Guys, I'm craving blood all of a sudden, says the 2 shots. My ears are still ringing. Yeah, it's going to be, you can expect this to, hey, hello, Keith. All righty, folks, let me go through. Any second now, you hadn't got it yet. Yeah, I heard it was going to be at 2:22 Eastern. Mine actually hit at 1:18 Central, which is 2:18. It came a little early. Surprised me. So we may see more of them. They're supposed to be going on for 30 minutes. I thought it was going to be over the internet. It's going to be like on TV, radio, phone. I'm surprised I hadn't seen it through either of my internet sources. And I got two different internet service providers active right now. One's through my cell phone, so it ought to have went off, right? And the other is through a cable company. So I'm a sound engineer. Sounds like I'm an engineer. Hey, Zen jamming. All righty, folks, let's do some share screens. First, I'll make sure I got the right files open. I was just going to show. Oh no, I closed it. What did I do that for? Oh, there it is. All right. I'm going to show you a couple things. I'm going to show you a bunch of articles, guys. Just bear with me. One momentum, please. Good to have Diamond in the house. One of my favorites. All righty, guys. Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magneto Reversal News. Y'all need to check out his channels. Go subscribe if you're not done it already. All right, here it is. This is the big, crowd dispersion, area denial system that uses, yes, 5G. I'm going to explain why in a little bit, okay, guys, and why I'm not worried about it. I've known for a long time that this was weaponized at that level, but this is not a level that you got to be concerned with. Millimeter waves now I'm going to tell you something. These are several millimeters, not 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter is like 200 and, what is 1 millimeter? 1 millimeter is 299.792458 gigahertz. 299. Usually when they're talking in gigahertz in this millimeter wave, they're talking things like this 96 gigahertz. Well, that's a few millimeters. Just a few. So when they say the word millimeter wave, they don't mean exactly 1 millimeter. I'll show you more about that in a minute. Yes, the U.S. Army does use this for a crowd dispersal because it's non-lethal. In fact, it's not even supposed to injure anyone. Now, they found in 0.1% of the cases, which is like 1 in 1,000, it might cause some slight injury. What we're talking, damage to sweat gland, a burn maybe, But the thing is, this gets absorbed in the skin. So that's why this is not, in fact, that it gets absorbed in the skin 100%. Hey there, Keith Evans. Thank you. Just had a quick alert on my phone. Nothing big. There you go. Hey, salute. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right. So the thing is, the Department of Defense explains how the sensation dissipates when the target moves out of the beam. Well, no kidding. So what it is, all the energy gets absorbed fully right at the surface of the skin. Essentially, the dead skin level, just barely beyond enough to get your nerves excited. And it felt you get a burning sensation all over your body, and you ain't going to stay there. You're going to get the heck out of Dodge. That's what this does. And so it doesn't really cause any damage. That's what 5G does, guys. I'm going to show you more on that. Yeah, we got some great super chats today. Awesome. All right. It uses a radio frequency millimeter waves in the 96 gigahertz range. That's what this weapon used to penetrate the top 1/64th of an inch of a layer of skin. This is what I've told you in the past. And it's it's 0.9 millimeters, less than a millimeter, guys. All righty. This is just a summary of some of the frequencies used in various cell phone technologies since 1991. This is in a PowerPoint presentation. I think I built these charts like probably 3 years ago. This is some old charts. And I just had never presented because I never finished the presentation because I just got busy with other stuff. So I'm just showing you a few things here. Yeah, the Internet of Things is what the 5G is good for because it has such a high bandwidth. You can connect up a lot of devices if you can communicate with them. Smart homes, you see, ultra HD and 3D video, so you can get more data, more bandwidth, more stuff across. Now, for fast, just regular download speeds, 4G will do it. But 5G is not a single frequency. It is a band of frequencies. Now, another thing you've heard me talk about is inverse square law. The further you are from a point source radiator, like a light bulb or a radio frequency source, the more the signal is going to fall off. And it falls off inversely. That means like 1 over with a square of the distance away from it. Samuel Turner, Greg, add this to go, gets a snack with a coffee. You bet. I'll do that, Samuel Turner. A snack with a coffee. Oh, you just got the message, huh, Lisa? Yeah, well, apparently this is spread out over time. They said over 30 minutes. Well, mine came in a little sooner than I expected, which means this could be going on till as late as 1:40 my time, 2:40 Eastern time. All right, so if you're 1 unit in distance, call it a foot, a meter, whatever you want to call it, and you got a certain energy density, whatever that energy density is, they're calling it E here. So for one area away, if your energy density is E at one distance away, be it a foot, a meter, a mile, whatever it is, by the time you go 2 units away, the energy density is 2 squared, E over 2 squared. So then it's 1/4. You go 3 units away, be it 3 feet, 3 meters, 3 kilometers, 3 miles, whatever that was. Yeah, these equations, plug in whatever units you're working with. The energy is 1 over 3 squared. So it goes from 1 to 4 to 9 to 25, to 16 to 25. It just goes like that. So the energy falls off very rapidly as you get away from a point source device. You're probably a long way from your cell phone tower. Everybody was talking about, oh gosh, I need to, I think that's the last chart. That's just another inverse square law chart. I need to wrap my phone up in tinfoil. If you're worried about what's coming from the tower, that's all around you anyway. Where you wrap your phone up in tinfoil, put it in a microwave, wouldn't really make any difference. Now, the interesting thing is that had this actually been a real alert, what would they have told you? Tuck your head between your knees, kiss it goodbye, or good luck with that. Hey, you got nuke bombs coming, run, hide, good luck with that. Yeah, guys, Russia is doing a similar alert system. They had big drills yesterday. Today, they're doing an alert system warning just like we are. It's highly weird that we're both doing this at the same time. It really speaks to the level of danger in the world right now. Really speaks to the level of danger that we're dealing with. I'm in Kansas City, and I just heard the alert. Wow. I'm thinking alarm clock radio. I missed the AM dial. MK Ultra. All right. Brains, says C-Mac. There you go. Brains. Maybe another signal will hit me here in a minute. Yeah, I thought maybe the internet would get interrupted. So far, that's not happened. I said so far. They might hit the internet yet. I don't know, guys. It was straight A's, and then geometry and algebra happened. Algebra happened. Then you go to calculus. That's where they get real serious. All right, guys. So we're going to do another share. We're going to go through some articles. We're going to hit some articles on these topics. Ding, 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 ding. And again, here is the FEMA and FCC nationwide emergency alert test. This is telling you about it. And they're telling you it's just going to say what it just said. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. You've already seen it. You've seen me have my signal. And I wasn't even wearing my tinfoil hat. So get this. See, I got a tinfoil hat. I could have wore this. Maybe I'll show you that when I'm not in share, right? You can really see it. But anyway, I got an alert and no sound. Well, that's weird. The whole purpose of the sound is to be obnoxious, to make you go, what the heck? So you'll grab it and try to shut it off. It's supposed to be obnoxious. All right, let's see if I can expand this up a little bit. What is this Zoom label? I put my stuff small and it goes down. Oh my God, I hate Zoom. Zoom stuff can drive me nuts. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Zoom, quit it. Stop. Zoom fights me when I'm actually trying to share links here. Okay, let's look at some other things. Wavelength. It's important to understand the science first. Wavelength is usually measured from crest to crest of a waveform. You know, energy comes, we got photons. Most of this energy, is it zombie time yet? Yes, Vlad, I already passed it. Save Vlad. Yeah, we already had the signal here. I already had my little brain snack. All right, and this equation to work out all this stuff, you got V, which is velocity. It's the velocity of light through or radio. It's all the same. Radio frequencies and light, they're all just electromagnetic energy at different parts of the spectrum. Okay, light is at nanometers. Okay, very, very small visible light. X-rays is even higher frequency than that. Now, once you get to X-rays, your frequency is so high that you got a whole nother energy domain from the frequencies. But below that, no, visible light is higher than anything in the RF realm, which includes 5G or microwaves. Microwaves heat things up because they're resonant with water molecules, among other things. All right, V is the wave speed. It's C for light in a vacuum. The lambda is the wavelength, which is crest to crest, and F is frequency. So this is the equation. Now, if you take that equation, and when you know that frequency, the speed of light in meters per second, because all this is in metric, that's the way to work it, is 299, 792, 486 million meters per second. So if you divide that, if you want a nanometer, if you want a millimeter is 1,000th of a meter. And what I just told you was in meters. Well, a millimeter is 1,000th of a meter. So if you want to divide by that, it's the same as dividing by 0.001 or multiplying by 1,000. Either way, it gets you 299.792458 gigahertz. That's billion hertz. So that's higher frequency than we're actually using. So we're actually, our best signals are a few millimeters at best, a few millimeters. So when they talk millimeter waves, that's what they're talking about. So to show you here, this is frequencies in hertz and radians and per second. That's another way to look at it. Discrete time frequency. We're not going to go into that. You have to give you some engineering class. Gigahertz is billions of cycles per second. That's kilohertz is thousands, megahertz is millions, and gigahertz is billions. Terahertz is the next level up. All right, guys, here's what I need to show you. Environmental Health Trust, new paper, 5G radiation, higher absorption into the human skin. Yeah, at the surface. This shows you what the different waveforms and technologies do in terms of penetration. 4G goes deeper into the skin. A lot of the signals you're talking to your cell phone are still 4G. So yeah, that's one reason I keep my phone on speaker and I don't put it right up to the old noggin when I'm talking like all you Dallas do. And why is it when people are, you should never use the phone when you're driving down the road, but have you ever noticed when people use the phone or driving down, their head gets fixed in position. They can't look to the left or right. Now, why is that? Or they got their head has to be cocked over, even when they're holding their hand. Their head has to be cocked over like they're holding the old handset between their ear and shoulder, like the old timey, dial phone handsets, people still do it. They do this. And suddenly their head is immobile. I mean, why can't you do this? What's wrong with folks? I don't know. But anyway, that's why you're having so many wrecks using the phones, because you get glued, you become immobile, you become a zombie. Now, maybe these things do turn you into zombies in a different way. Anyway, so this shows you 5G goes 0.9 millimeters. That's 1/64th of an inch. That's the number I've been showing you guys in the fourth into the skin. 4G, though, will go more than twice that, 21 and 3.9G. Now, again, these G's actually are certain bandwidths. They're ranges of frequencies. These are really technologies, but this is what the waveforms in these, using these technologies, can penetrate. Now, with the military active denial system, it's 96 gigahertz, and it tells you that it goes 1/64th of an inch into the skin. All right, all these folks have told me about Havana syndrome. Greg, you never heard of Havana syndrome? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me, guys. I've been in a conspiratorium before a lot of you guys even started wearing diapers. I have been an electrical engineer, an RF guy. I've been following things going on in government and technology and weapon systems technology. How many times I do videos on weapon systems? Don't tell me I hadn't heard of this and I hadn't heard of that. I get those kind of comments. Maybe I'm already a robot. Stop, listen, think. Why don't you keep thinking and do it for yourself? Probably not. Havana syndrome. Yes, there are signals that are being used that apparently are making people sick. And they may be lower frequency radar that can get through. A lot of you did microwave communications when I was in the Army. No, when I was in the National Guard, I forgot of the Army, excuse me. And we used frequencies, mostly in the 200 to 400 megahertz. So this could even be lower than that. This is something that's going to resonate with tissue in your body and cause you issues if they're doing it. And I think some of these may actually be audio frequencies. So mass psychogenetic illness. Oh, what is that? It sounds like a mental disorder. Wow. Let's open this link up. This picture. Wow. Holy walking smoke-a-moly. Mass hysteria. Okay. I think we've had some mass hysteria here in the last day or two. I definitely think that. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at some of this other stuff. 5G. Again, what this tells you is the everywhere, every time. Okay, what this tells you is about the 5G is actually two different bands. They use a lower level band and a higher level band. The lower level band, because 5G has such a hard time penetrating stuff, they got to be able to get through even when they can't penetrate things with 5G. So they use two different bands. The higher end band is used for when they need the high bandwidth communications or wherever they can use it. So it's two different bands here. Let's see, this may not be the best, just got a lot of gobbledygook language in here. 5G can be implemented in low band, mid band, and high band millimeter wave. Now, the millimeter wave is the high band. So 4G cell phones, it's similar to the range of 4G cell phones, but what we're talking about with the low band for 5G is 600 to 900 megahertz. The actual, I think the low band is a little bit lower than that on 4G. Yeah, here it is. 4G is 5 to 250 megahertz. That's, well, it's in megabits per second. Okay, that's the difference of baud rate. Baud rate and cycle rates are two different things. I hate that they're mixing terms in here like that. But anyway, 5G uses microwaves and the mid-band, 1.7 to 4.7 gigahertz, allowing speeds. Okay, they're showing what the speeds are compared to the hertz. So the high band of 5G uses 24 to 47 gigahertz. 24 to 47 gigahertz. Now, different cell phone companies have bought different pieces of the spectrum from the FCC. I'll show you some of that in a minute. 5G, NR, that's near range frequencies. This is a big, y'all can find this stuff on Wikipedia. If y'all wanted to sit in here and knock your brains out and spend a few hours looking at this stuff, have fun with it. Let's see, digital trends. Yeah, this is a better, because this gives you pictures. This is the mid-band, low band, mid-band, high band. This tells you on here where each company is and their use of a slice of this, roughly within the course of the band. T-Mobile's lower, Verizon's higher, AT&T and Verizon are close. Let's see here. And here we are at the high band. Millimeter wave, it shows you here Verizon's at 28 gigahertz, AT&T and some Verizon and T-Mobile. So Verizon and T-Mobile both use both of these, 39 gigahertz. Oh, down T-Mobile actually uses 3 different bands. T-Mobile and Dish, which does the satellite communications, use 47 megahertz. It says in the future. That future may be here now. This may be an old article. So what you're seeing is 39 gigahertz is pretty typical, which is not, that far off from the 96 that they're using in active denial weapon systems, except the power level is lower, but that is still not going to penetrate your skin. So, all right, guys, and you really got to ask yourself, and I brought this up earlier. Survival 11 brings this up. Canadian Prepper brings this up. Is all this stuff put out here just to throw us off? Is all this stuff, have they put out a lot of so-called information, pseudoscience? Has it been pumped out just to get people spun up so then it could discredit people and say, oh, look at these guys. They think everybody's going to turn into zombies tomorrow. And, when nobody turns into zombies, they'll look at you and point at you. And next time you bring up a legitimate concern, like maybe some reason that you don't want to take the pokey, you know what I mean? They're going to point to this stuff. See, look, these guys are nuts. They don't know what they're talking about. That's why we got to be very discerning about how we put things. I've had people say, Greg, you don't know the government. You don't know evil. You don't know how evil these people are. Oh, yes, I do. But I know science too. And I know we've got to be careful how we come out with these things, because they are setting us up to play us like fools. This is kind of like a false flag. They set us up in so many ways. We got to be discerning. This is why you don't buy just everything you see out there on the internet. They may make it sound expert. They will talk out their yin yang and great details and blah, 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 blah. And the whole time they're blowing smoke. They're blowing bunk. So I'm a bunk buster. We got to know what's a bunk and what makes you want to go into the bunker. What's bunker? We got to know the bunkers from the from the bunkers, whatever. So, hey, Greg, in your opinion, which is best phone company to use? I don't know. Introduction of 60G millimeter waves, unlicensed millimeter wave spectrum, commonly referred to as V-band, is originally designated for use by the military. Okay, Patrick, yeah, there's a lot of frequencies are designated for military use. There's some for ham radio use. A lot of them are used by the cell phone industry. So there's different allocations to who gets what and the frequencies. But, I'll go back to another chart here before I'm done. Now, here's a wavelength calculator that you can use. I just used my regular old calculator. Well, they just take if you don't know what a millimeter is and you got the frequency, just multiply 1,000, times the frequency, and you'll get what the wavelength is. It's that simple, guys. So, yeah, here we are again. That's that active denial system. Oh, I thought I was going to show you that. This is your active denial system. Maybe I didn't show this. I thought I showed this for starters. I think I started on the frequency, the FEMA site first. This is a small, this is the military active denial system, use 96 gigahertz. But the operative thing is this gets absorbed at the skin. Yeah, here we are. Test results demonstrate there is only 1/10 of 1%, which is 1 in 1,000, of injury from either one of these systems exposure to it. And what that is that's probably just little burns or damage to your sweat glands. 1 in 1,000. All right, here they're saying it's 95 gigahertz. I've seen 96. Call it millimeter wave. Well, that's a few millimeters because 1 millimeter would be 299 gigahertz, as I mentioned earlier. From the calculation, take it, you don't get that from any website. You don't get that from any other YouTuber. Why you get that? Because I'm an engineer. I can calculate. There's no other YouTube channel who's ever come out and told you how many atom bombs it would take if you deliver the energy right in the water from each atom bomb. How many atom bombs it take to evaporate 600 feet of seawater worldwide? I did that. That's on one of my older videos. Go check that out. That's one of my other Bunk Buster videos. All right, guys. So I actually calculated that. So I can do math. I'm an engineer. I understand physics. So once again, I want you to see this. Or yeah, here it is. The reason those weapons work for crowd disbursement, for aerial denial, is on the surface of your skin. It burns like fire. And the reason is the entire wave gets absorbed right here at the very surface of your skin, 0.9 millimeters. That does not get into your blood veins, guys. That does not go to the blood veins. That's the very, very surface of your skin. And it's mostly the dead skin, maybe just slightly beyond that in a few spots. But that's why it feels like you're on fire and you're going to run like almighty heck. The whole wave is being absorbed right there. And so that's why that makes a great crowd disbursement system. And some people are interpreting that like it's some kind of deadly weapon. No, and interpret that like 5G is deadly. No, they interpret that like 5G gets penetration. It works because it don't give penetration. That's why that system is so good for that, because it doesn't penetrate. Now, there are lower frequencies that do penetrate more. The lower the frequency, the more penetration you're going to get. But into the depth of your skins and tissues. But you got to remember, even a microwave oven, the microwave don't get that deep in your big. If you put a big steak on there, or a big chicken or a turkey, it's going to take you a while to cook it. You'll burn the surface area first. You got to rotate it. So, these are things you got to bear in mind, guys. So a lot of people have been scared, and of what? For what? Oh yeah, and I like I said, so many times I get reminded of the Havana syndrome. I'm kind of going back over this because I know a lot of you guys are just joining me. Havana syndrome is using lower frequency stuff. All right, that's enough of that stuff. Stop the share. Halo. How long have we been going? Yeah, 303 in a room. That's excellent. How long have we been going? 32 minutes. That's probably long enough. Guess we'll need to make aluminum hats and suits. I got that covered. I got my 10-foil cap like this, guys. And it's a beauty. It's a real. This is an official 10-foil cap. If you want to get these, go to www.10foilcap.co, or I think you can get these on leakproject.com. You can help our buddy Rex Bear out if you get them from him. So in fact, that's where he gave me this cap. And that's the prettiest cap I own. Look how it reflects light. This is the Marty McFly version. I got a whole nother story about this cap. But I didn't wear it during the test. So we are 1:50 my time. So we're well past the test window. I don't think anybody else will be getting any test results. Fear is the greatest tool in their toolkit. Tracy, you're exactly right. What's your SSN? We're not giving that out here. I don't do that. Buffering terribly. Now that shouldn't be. Anybody else having buffering problems? Author G, I've heard of that Havana syndrome being a potential Russian weapon, but who knows? Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, go to Leak Project. Help our buddy Rex out. So, I'm sure I got a lot of new subscribers in here from Survival Living. And we've still got some new guys from Nate's Canadian Prepper channel. So I need to go over some things about my channel in the not too distant future. But go in and check my playlist. Look at the survival videos. Goldbacks, amen. Thank you for that. Yeah, you can help me out a little bit too. And do that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna come back and share the screen here again. I'll show you something, guys. Ding ding. For those of you that are into worm farming, you can go to greengregs.com and buy worms. But hey, Brandon, good to see you. But also, I'm supposed to be speaking. You got a good chance of seeing me live on the 4th of November in Valdosta, Georgia. Let me see, where's my screen share button at? Ding, ding, ding. Hang on, I got too many screens open. Let's see, let's go share again. There it is. Worm Farming Conference. If you want to find about this, you just go to, oh gosh, I really hate Zoom is fighting me. Wormfarmingconference.com. Wormfarmingconference.com. And it's going to be in the 4th and 5th of November in Valdosta, Georgia. It's way down in South Georgia, almost to Florida. And I had agreed to speak there. I may have to renege. I might wind up having to be in Arizona at that time, but we'll see. So this may be a good way to see yours truly in purpose. I am a speaker at this event. Ding ding, I'll click our speakers. Wormfarmingconference.com. Oh yeah, I think today is the last day for the early bird special to sign up. There I am. Okay, that's when I'm back when I ship a lot of worms. Look at that. Yeah, Brandy's in the house. Good to see you again, Brandy. Greg L, from one Greg to another, brother. There you go. Got a lot of different worm growers there. Now she lives in Northwest Alabama. She's not far from here. She's been to my place. Smell the flowers. This guy's bought worms from me. I've shipped worms to this guy in Arizona. Anyway, there we are. Check that out. Check out our Survival Tribe Network, guys. With all this stuff going on in the world, you can click all these different little things here that takes you to resource sites. It gives you a lot of detail on that subject matter. It takes a little time to load. I need to get out of here. I got to get back to my day job. All right, this takes a little time to load. I'm going to zap it. But anyway, there's a lot of data in here you can look at. You come in and join the group, and then join it with other people in your area, because guys, you know, they wouldn't be doing these tests if they weren't really worried about the prospects of nuclear war. Another way you can help me is by going to shopc60.com, shopc60.com. And, you know, if you're worried about your health, you're worried about what all these things are going to do to you, this is one good way to reduce the oxidative stresses by taking C60. So stop the share, bing, 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 bing. See, I got some right here. Avocado oil. There we go. We've also got, this is tasty, actually. This is real tasty here. Coconut oil. You like something a little bangy? We got the cinnamon. Or you can get the tart cherry. You see me eat those all the time on live sessions at night. Hey, son, Brandy says. Alrighty, folks. Hey, the only channel where you can be proud to say I have worms. There you go. We proudly promote global worming. Yes, sir. We promote global worming here. How do microbes remove radioactive waste? The best way to get rid of it is get a plant that will suck it up through the roots and to the plant fiber, and then get rid of that plant fiber because it's going to be in the plant fiber. Sunflowers are best for that. Sunflowers are really good for that. Come to Ohio, says Douglas DeLong. Okay. All right. Brandy says, halo. Halo. Hang a rocket from a balloon and off we go. That says, well, I never got any alerts. Well, never look back. You're special then. Either that or the government don't care to let you know. But, you know, like I said, I don't know. I don't have any need for 5G when 4G works fine. All right. So the real thing it boils down to, when there is a real alert, what are they going to tell you? they're having this thing going on in Russia right now. They've got bunkers in Russia, lots of them. They've already done drills for putting people into bunkers, like 40 million in the Moscow area alone. What do we got like that? Nothing. In fact, the Russian alert is supposed to put a message out to tell them which bunker to go to, whatever they're closest to at that time, if it's on their cell phone. Nice, sweet. We get an alert like that here in the United States, it's going to be put your head between your knees and kiss it goodbye. Or bombs are incoming. Good luck. I don't know, guys. That's about what it was in Hawaii. Yeah, they had an alert in Hawaii. There was a false alert issued. Somebody pushed the wrong button or did something. This alert went out all over Hawaii, told them missiles were inbound from North Korea. And people were throwing their babies in the gutters. Well, it would have got them out of the radiation, but it wasn't real. So, you know, that's a rough thing to do to a little kid. Throw them in a gutter, storm gutter, especially when it's not real. I just hope there weren't any wrecks today when all these phones went off simultaneously. I crave brains. Not sure if that's a symptom. Anyway, yeah. Whose brains are you craving? Asked Brandy. All right. God, the Son of Jesus Christ says, I live in Maui. Yeah, you guys didn't get any kind of warning. That's that. Only bunkers for cog. You're right, Patrick. Yeah, they take care of them as a kung fu grasshopper. The Russian people are actually doing the test, and we are online. Yes, yes. What's the point of the live? Okay, EXP, LEL, go back and rewind. I'm not going to repeat it all. Just go back and rewind and watch this video from the beginning. So we've been on here long enough, 41 minutes. There's a lot of data I covered. Just why you not got to worry. But I was asked to do this live, so I did it. One of you gave me a super chat and asked me to come on here live. Well, I listened to you guys. So here we are. I took off from work, but I got to get back to work. I got to get back to my day job. So I want to thank you, super chatters. Thank you so much. Thank you, super chatters. Thank you, mods. I'm glad to see you, Joe. You know how you doing? I'm glad to see that New Days is at least operational enough to join us. She's been really sick, guys. Everybody needs to pray for her. To see Greg's smiling face. Stepford says we came here to see my smiling face, and I'm still smiling. True Leaf Market, thank you for sharing it. Yeah, get your seeds. A good time to get seeds. I'm still smiling. I'm not a zombie yet. All right, guys. So once again, you know, just like I did the bunker busting video, the bunk busting video last night, going to the I left my O2 meter upstairs, going to the cell phone tower. No, my O2 did not drop as I drove up next to it. I got really close driving, which, you know, and then I got out and walked toward the tower and my O2 went up. Now, some people say that's because you stood up or that's because you're walking. Actually, I wore that, and the reason my O2 meter is still upstairs, I walked upstairs wearing it last night. As I was going up the stairs, I had it on measuring to see if the physical activity changed my O2 level. It actually dropped 1 point. It didn't go up. So yeah, you can't really say that's an association. Anyway, I don't know, guys. Yeah, you know, real tests take a lot of trials, but you know, we've had some fun with it. And I think there's a lot of stuff being thrown out there for people to worry about, and just to make us look bad, because that's what that Rolling Stone article I showed you was. They're out there trying to paint us as a bunch of fools, and so they can dismiss anything we say. So once they paint you as a fool, anything you say from that point forward, or anybody in your community or any associated community, they paint you with one big brush. Look, they're all fools. Don't listen to anything they say. Don't listen to anything they say. All the truth is over here. Wikipedia's got all the truth. WHO has all the truth. Yeah, something. I was supposed to talk to Joe Rakowski, what's his name? Yeah, yesterday, a couple of days ago, and we had a FUPON. We weren't able to get together. We're going to do, hopefully we can get back together and do another WHO video. I may have to put that on my Swivelhead News channel. Speaking of which, probably should do before we go do another share real quick. Ding, 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 ding. Shoot. Oh. AMTV, Christopher got turn your phones off. Like that's gonna make any difference. The signals are in the air. What a knucklehead. All right, let's see. I just saw that on this thing. Let me pull up my other channel here. And we're gonna go over there. I'm gonna show you a video you might want to watch. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Share time. I got too many screens on. I got to juggle too many things to get anywhere. So I like when you guys are handling some of that for me. That's why I run the chat over here on another computer. So we got 213 in the house. Wow. Okay, guys, let me show you something to watch. If you're new to my channel, you may not know that I have other channels. One of them is Swivelhead News, and I did this little video about McCarthy being ousted. You might want to watch this video about McCarthy being ousted. If you come here to Swivelhead News, you can see I got a number of shorts on here where I'll do some little poems, limericks, political limericks, and have some fun with them, like Sniffy Joe. Trust me, no one trusts me, the Gates of Bill cried. It's Sniffy Joe's ice cream economy. AOC's got to go. And then my great song, Propane. Yeah, you got to watch Propane. The elites can't win. Yeah, there's some fun in that. Then I get into my serious topics here. So this is the first video posted on here in a couple of months, probably a few months. But check it out. I've just been posting the limericks of late. But check it out. That's a good video. Kind of tells you a little bit about what's going on there. And there's the Spring Rigs channel. What's that? Oh, there's that guy. Turn your phones off. He's just all panicked, right? Yeah, come in here. And if you watch my playlist, watch these nuclear survival videos, guys, especially this one and this one. Make sure you watch those. Lots of great detail. Nuclear bug out zones. What to do in the first 24 hours, the second 24 hours. Yeah, here's one about some of the devices used to measure the radiation. Guys, a lot of good stuff here. I need to watch that. There's my worm videos. Bug out zones videos. Here's my EMP attack video. That's all, first video I wore a suit in this channel. You need to watch that. Some of my survival videos, especially this one, filtering and sanitizing water, many methods. Watch that. That's good for you. All right, foraging winter food. Another winter food foraging video. Microgreens, aquaponics and gardening videos. And just some fun stuff. All right, guys. Enough of all that. That's for the new guys. We got a lot of new subscribers. So Earth is really fairly flat. They don't want you to know where you live. Nah, red pill. I can show you the Earth's sphere just from cloud photographs of the sunset. All right, guys. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you, mods. Thank you, New Days, for posting all those links. And I appreciate you all for being here. Thank y'all for coming. Share this video. Share my videos. The platform likes to stomp down on some of us, so the best way you can help us is share our videos. Give us a thumbs up before you go out, and give us go into my videos and just make comments to them. Comment to other people's comments. Go throw thumbs up on other people's comments if you like what they're saying. Stuff like that. Anyway, thank you for watching very much, and